This video is sponsored by Linode. Go ahead and use the link in the description to get yourself a $100 60-day credit. Hello everybody, this is TechHut. In this video, what I'm going to be doing is showing you a piece of fantastic free and open source software. This right here is Focalboard. What this is a free and open source project management tool that is an alternative to some popular applications such as Notion and Trello. If you're not familiar, this is Notion right here. This is a very popular tool that allows you to organize a whole lot of different things. The main thing obviously is project management, but tools like this are awesome because it allows a team of people to collaborate on projects. And this is a free and open source solution to this. If I go over here under pricing, you can see it is not free. But with Focalboard, you go ahead and host it yourself, and it is completely free other than the hosting. But the cool thing about it is it also has some desktop applications, so if it's only you using this, you don't even need to have a server instance up and running. And what I'm talking about with the desktop application is right here, the Focalboard Personal Desktop. So you could go ahead and try this out today, whether if you're on Windows, Mac OS, or the Linux desktop. But if you're actually planning on collaborating with teams and other people, it is recommended to host it on the cloud, which is what I'm doing over here on this TechHut instance. The thing is, with like Linode, for example, you don't need to have an entire separate Linode dedicated to it. This is incredibly light on resources, and it's very easy to install with just a couple simple Docker commands. I'm going to go ahead and link down below to an installation guide over on the Linode channel, so you could go ahead and check out how to actually get this up and running on your very own server. And this right here is my instance of Focalboard. I just set it up last night, so I still have a lot of work to do when it comes to the general organization and everything. But at the moment, I have two separate boards here. I have the organization tasks and video projects. For me, organization tasks are going to be general broad things to do with this YouTube channel and TechHut in general. So you can see some of the tasks that I have and some of the things that I've completed. And it's cool because right here we have all tasks, so it'll give us a full list of everything that's available. We could go ahead and create new things here. You could set various properties, so what you will see on this list, and you can group it, you can filter it, you can set up sorting, and of course you could search if you actually do have a lot of different things. But what I really like about it is we could also go by priority. So these are the high, medium, and low priority tasks. But my favorite, if we go down under here to video projects, this is all the active videos that I have written down that I'm going to try to be making soon, is the by status. So if we go ahead and click on by status, we have in this category, customized it to the actual workflow and the steps of my video production process. So we have topics, all the different things that I intend on covering. We have the writing, so the videos that are in the writing process, filming, which this is what I'm currently doing. It is the Focalboard Spotlight. And then we have editing and post-production. And to go ahead and move things around, so right once I'm done with this, I'm just going to drag and drop that over there. And now I will know that it is in the editing process, and anybody that has connection to this dashboard will know that's where it is at. And to go ahead and edit these, what we can do is just click on them, and you can see we can set different emoticons. I don't really have this set up quite yet. I'm going to go ahead and organize the emojis by the category or type of video that they are eventually. Here we could add properties, so that is like status, priority, date created. If I wanted to add a property, I could do text, number, email, URL, select, multi-select, person, so you can set people to assign certain tasks to, a lot of different things. For the video projects board, the things that I've added to all of these are sponsor spots, so we know if a video is sponsored or not. This is sponsored by Linode, so that is there. And these are all the options I currently have. And to go ahead and add an option, so let's just say some company sponsored me. Let's say I wish System76 was a sponsor of the channel. They are not, but I love them. All I would do is type System76, hit enter, and now that is the sponsor. And then from there, what I could do is under this System76, I go ahead and add a color to it to properly color code it if I wanted to. But for me, I'm not going to have that the case, and I'm going to switch this back to Linode for now. Here, we can add comments to it. So if I said ready for editing, it would go ahead and send out that. And if you were logged in and you were somebody who was following this exact project, you should get notified, I believe, I'm not 100% on this, you should get notified in some sort of way that there was a comment posted on this. And then of course we can add description so you can get very in-depth with what is here. You could type out full scripts. We can add content, so we have text, image, divider, and checkboxes. An example of something that I have a good amount of information on is this right here, the OpenSUSE 5 things. If I open this up, I went ahead and posted or put an email in here, which was in response to a developer that emailed me about some corrections to a video that I'm going to be making. And an example of checkboxes in use, if I go to organization tasks, all tasks, and then I go to branding rework, open that up, you can see I have checkboxes, and I've actually done this one right here, and I have not found the final design. So that is the individual tasks within a certain item. And for me personally, at least with my organization, the in progress is when I'm going to be opening these up and going through the in process tasks. And then when that is done, I can go over to priority and move, or by status, and move that over. Or of course, you could go ahead and just move things around just by going like that. Now over here, you see we have an option for calendar view. This is listing all the due dates for various projects and things I have. And of course, I added one of these, well, I added both of these boards. If we go down here to add board, what this is going to do is give us some templates. So we have meeting notes, personal goals, personal tasks, project tasks, which is what I used for both of these. An example of something is roadmap. If I go ahead and create a new roadmap, this is a lot more in depth right here. We have all the different tasks, we have bugs. So this is really good if you're a developer. And this is really good if you have one big project you're working on it as a team or company. You go by sprint. This is just kind of the steps of the process. You can go ahead and customize and change basically everything you're seeing here. So for example, right here, to change this, you just go task 1. You could go ahead and edit those. If I clicked on this, I could change the colors. I can hide them. These things right here, I could go ahead and move them around. And if I wanted to, I can add a group, create a new group, rename that, give it a color code, really whatever you'd like to do. And of course, you could create new items right under here or on really any of these pages. And personally, I'm not going to need this roadmap, so I'm going to go ahead and just delete the board, delete it, and now it is gone. Now right here, if I go ahead and go to my video projects, let's say I have these 4 kind of views here. And let's say I wanted to add a different type of view or a different way to view the items or tasks I have here. What I would want to do, and you could do this under any of these different views, right here is your view switcher. But in addition to being able to go ahead and switch between these views, you can duplicate it, delete the view, or add a new one. For this, the only options I have are board, table, gallery, and calendar. And the only one I don't really have here is gallery. And I don't really have any images or anything attached to these except for this OpenSUSE thing where I have text written out so that text will display. But if I wanted to attach images to some of these, for example, the Focalboard spotlight we've been looking at, I could go ahead, add content, add an image. And let's just say this screen, actually, let's go with this error right here. Open that up. And now, theoretically, it should be right there under the Focalboard spotlight. So if you're somebody who likes to organize things that way, or if you're writing articles for a website and you want both the visual appeal on the website that you have on your project's management dashboard, you can set that up as well. So overall, this is really easy to learn, use, and set up. And speaking of things that are easy to learn, use, and set up, we have the sponsor of today's video, Linode. If you go to the link in the description, like I mentioned earlier, you'll go ahead and get that 60-day $100 credit. Linode is the largest independent cloud service provider out there. They have a ton of easy one-click installers to get whatever you want up and running with ease, including Docker, which is how I have Focalboard set up at the moment. And with these one-click installers, Linode has a lot of guides and tutorials to go ahead and help you get set up. And if you do need help or you run into trouble, they have a wonderful customer support team. Highly recommend it. Been using them for a year. Big thank you to Linode for sponsoring this video. And with the option to go ahead and host it on the cloud, I know a lot of you are going to want to try the personal desktop version. But to go ahead and actually install it, you're going to want to go to the release on GitHub. I tried to do this in the AUR, but it did not work very well. But it did work installing it this way. Just go ahead and click this. Let's go ahead and save this file. Open this up. Let's drag and drop this out of here. And then let's open up the Focalboard app. Right click, open in terminal. And here we should be able to open up the application, and there we are. So this right here is Focalboard running as a desktop application. So from here, you could go ahead and play with it and try it out. So just like on the web interface, if I go add board and I want to do a project or personal tasks board view, I have everything set up and running. We can see everything it's doing back here in the terminal. But it's mostly meant to be on the web, so this is just a good way to experiment and play around with it. Of course, you could go ahead and install this properly by putting it in the right directories and creating a .desktop file and all that stuff. So with that, I do hope you enjoyed this video. I would like to give a big thank you to our YouTube members and Patreon supporters. You guys are absolutely fantastic. And of course, Linode for sponsoring this video. Again, if you're interested in the server side of installation, I'll go ahead and link to a video down below on that. And with all that, I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day, and goodbye.